Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do The Brave and the Bold issue number 194 with starring Batman and the Flash against two villains, right? Let's dive right in because this is fun. The dialogue is very funny in my opinion. Um, Written by Mike Barr and guest artists Carmine Infantino and Sal Trapani. Carmine Infantino's art, I have a soft spot for it because I grew up with his version of how he drew the Flash back in the day. And I believe his art is not for everyone, but this is early 80s comics. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what this is all about. So we start somewhere at the coast in this mansion, and these two are sitting here. They don't know each other, and they say, "Hey, what are we doing here? I was invited, but I don't know how." So they're introduced to each other, and she says, "I'm Baxter, Roy Baxter. Charmed, I'm sure. Dr. Simon Eckert at your service." And then there's this womanly voice, and that's your first problem, gentlemen. No self-esteem. Your host, indeed, gentlemen, Professor Andre Y, as in why, for instance, I want to know why you two have concealed your true identities from each other, a desire for privacy, or are you ashamed? True identities, they say. Yes, this is actually Dr. X, better known as Dr. Double X. Oh my. And Roy G. Bivolo, the Rainbow Raider. I had no idea. Dr. X, it's a real honor. An honor to meet a three-time loser like myself. So she says that's a little bit contradictable, contra-beneficial thinking, I'm sorry. And that's why I brought you two here to prove to you and your fellow supercriminals that I can make you winners. And all you have to do, gentlemen, is take on these opponents. My words, he says, because we see a smiling, really weird Batman face. And he says, I'm sorry, Professor, I wouldn't tackle the Flash again for all the oil in Texas. I must concur with Mr. Bivolo's attitude concerning the Batman, of course. Gentlemen, please, you've got the negative thinking caps on. You're beaten by the Flash and Batman because conditioned to expect defeat. But you can shatter the chains of nega-think and be free. And she's saying, well, it's all in my book. Read my book, guys. And so she says, why don't you switch it up? You beat Batman and you beat, the Flash. So they're doing some reversing here. And then she says, then do it, gentlemen. Liberate your potential. Maximize your personhood. Say it with me. Believe in me. And they are chanting, but I believe in me. Ads. Meanwhile, in Central City, there's some kind of a new generator, and Barry Allen, of course, late 5 seconds. And this is what I love about Carmine Infantino's art. He does all this sliding and then his after effects. Looks really cool, in my opinion. So he gets clapping from the crowd, and then he and I believe the mayor is just doing this stuff, and Flash is here as a guest, and he's running around this contraption, and because normally it would take hours to load up these turbines with ordinary water-driven turbines, he can do it in seconds, right? And then he gets a handshake, and he says, so the mayor says, what's wrong? Has my toupee slipped? They're staring past of Mr. Major, and great Scott, oh no! Keep back, no one tried to stop me. So Flash is running up that contraption, right? He says, he must have sneaked past the guards, Flash. Can you stop it? The publicity. You try to keep this out of the paper, sir, and I keep him out of the frying pan. There's a lot of puns in here. So this guy's falling, and there's a lot of electricity, and he's basically dead. Or is he? Because now the energy is gone, and then it seems that Professor Double X has a brother living inside of him. I didn't know that because this is the first time I know seen this character. And he is punching or sucker punching the Flash, right? And he's also blasting from behind, right? And so he says, this is a glorious brother. Professor Y was directing us to attack one superhero. And you must keep on patting each other's backs, boys, and I'll show you the speed like you've never seen. And then he's doing classic Flash, running up this electricity bolt, and punching them, in the face. He says, vibrating at the proper frequency will give me a shot at the glowworm. A regular punch would do for his twin. Kick up a little air pressure and I'll land soft as a cloud. Though it looks like the twins won't be so lucky. I hope. Dude, they are falling to their deaths. What are you talking about? But all well. So they are getting up. He says, we've been beaten, brother. Nonsense, he says. His speed is a match, true, but he's far from the Batman's equal in intellect. Observe, he avoids my first blast, unaware he positions himself exactly as I wanted him. And it seems that this grounded conduct here helped them in their victory, right? And they are chanting, I believe in me. Meanwhile, in Gotham City, Playboy Bruce Wayne has some kind of a ball here, right? And it says, Brucey Wayne. There you are, Brucey. I love your party. It's a million smiles, Bruce, old boy. This dialogue. You're just too kind. Have you heard the latest about Brooke and Bianca? But then Jarvis comes and says, hey, Commissioner Pauling, not Commissioner Gordon, but Commissioner Pauling is here. And he says, does he have an invitation, Alfred? No, sir, but he seems rather distraught. And never mind, Alfred, I see him. Sorry for the delay, my pets, but my bubbly will keep you warm. Drink up now. So he says, and how are you, Commissioner? Come to view my newest bubble? In a way, Wayne, because I want you to take it away. Put it in a vault on the guard now. He looks like Commissioner Gordon, but without the mustache, right? But neither my guest nor I could view it, Commissioner, and that's the reason for my bash. So he talks about robberies, right? Robberies. And he also looks, at this girl, right? Haven't you heard? Don't you ever read the papers, man? Only the society pages. I find crime news too depressing. Should I know about these robberies? This version of Bruce Wayne is a little bit weird. So we see the robberies in place. Rather greedy chap, this robber, but how does he concern me? Red, orange, gold, or yellow, Mr. Wayne. Our informant told us those are the first three colors of the rainbow, like red rubies, orange, gold, right? Green is next. You think he'll try to nab my emerald, Commish? Nonsense. No crook could be such a party poop. By the way, who is this ingenious informant of yours? And she says, Batman. Who, Commissioner? The Batman blasted. Just look at this insane face. But I thought he was persona non grata around these parts these days. Well, he is, but occasionally his thinking process parallel my own. Please, Mr. Wayne, let me give you some protections. I won't hear of it, Pauling. Your man would ruin the mood. Trust me, Commish. Everything's well in hand. Ta-ta! I still laugh at this dialogue. So, but then he says that he needs to uphold this playboy persona, right? But then something happens. People are acting weird. Those men suddenly jealous. And the green beam. And then these people are crying. A blue beam making those people sad. There's a pattern forming here. And a red beam inside violence. Better get out of here. But then a blast shatters the window. And the Rainbow Raider. I love Rainbow Raider. I like his costume. He's also colorblind, by the way. And I like his powers. I don't know. It's just fun. He says, another spectacular theft by the Rainbow Raider. And then the Batman comes in, attacking him, thwarting his plans. And then turn mistakes into virtues, says Dr. Y. Now the emeralds are mine, and Batman will have to follow. So he falls back and then shatters the thing, and then now he has the emeralds. See you in the 4-color funny pages, Batman. Right now, I've got to catch a stairway to heaven. This is so funny. So he's falling on this rainbow, but then, it's getting dissolving, right? Confess, Batman. Didn't you always want to make a big splash? But then Batman is, being Batman. He says, but he cannot see in this blasted darkness. So I severed his line and his life. Good idea, Raider, but little too late. Too little and too late. I can pull you off your rainbow, I'll at least knock you off your high horse. Give it up, Raider. You're through. He is extraordinarily resourceful for a man with no superpowers. And his voice. With him, it isn't a battle of wits as it is with the Flash. He's serious. So he says, I'm never through, Batman. Not while I can rainbow all over your parade. While you're trying to avoid a multicolored sunburn, I'll make you guest in my prism. So he says anybody can use a prism to refract sunlight into rainbow rays. But only a winner can pull that trick the other way around. And I am a winner. I believe in me. It was a meme, by the way, for a long time. And I love this. I really love this. So they come back to this island with, Professor Y, right? And she said, hey, did you give Flash a sedative? Because she wants to use her power of deduction, I believe, to, uncover the secrets of the Justice League, like time travel and other stuff, right? But, the Flash is awake because he has super metabolism and it burns real quick. So, and he says, stop him. Stop him. I can hardly see. If he can match the frequency of my prism, he can shatter it. Don't you just stand there, you two. Expand your parameters. Get them, but don't hurt them. So they're having a fight, right? And, Flash running over the water. And he says that this, Professor Double X is composed of electric energy. So he uses the water as a weapon. And it seems that he has banished his brother, or well, my brother. He is trapped inside me again. And that's basically it, right? And but then this is fun. The prison trick again, Raider. How stupid do you think I am? All right, Batman, I want to take you out easy, but you forced me to use my emotion rays. A little anger will make you careless and not working. Well then, let's try a little sadness. That ought to still not working. Yellow, cowardice. If that doesn't, it didn't, but how? So Batman says, I trained myself for years to control my emotions. Condition like that can be broken in a few seconds. And you better think whatever you believe in for that. Because right now I'm tempted to have you for breakfast. But then, so it seems that the Professor Y is flying away. And he says, blast it. And after all, she put us through. I wanted her. She be back, buddy. Her kind always is. And I suppose, and after all, if she teaches other crooks to be success like she taught them, we won't have any problem. Is that supposed to be funny? Is the great Stoneface cracking a joke? Maybe. Then there is hope for you yet. And that's the end of the book. I reviewed this one. I'm having a blast. I was laughing the whole book, through the whole book. So guys, that brings me to the end of the video. Let me know what you think about this. I see you on the next one. Bye-bye.